Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a layout for Bramble Fox. I'm using several new items to the store today. So I'm using this set that says Adventure and Weekend, this set of banners, they're travel related, and I'm also using some items from the Fox box, although actually that's not technically true. I'm using the trees, but I'm also using the extra trees, so the set called Forest. You can buy a whole set of just trees. So when I was putting this video together, I had thought that I was using the items from the Fox box, but actually I'm not. I'm using the Forest set. Right, okay, so I'm starting off using the Safe Travels collection by Simple Stories. I have 4 little photos of my little boy exploring the woods at our local country park that we go to quite regularly. And he was definitely on an adventure that day, so I figured the word adventure worked well. So I've just taken the big sheet of kind of pink striped pattern paper. It's very subtle, and I have torn off a piece at the top, and I'm also going to add a strip of this pretty floral in the blue colorway as well. So this collection, the Simple Stories Safe Travels, is obviously travel related, but it's not like a hot holiday travel related. It's it's quite good. The color tones in it are also good for kind of outdoor adventures as well. So there are words in there that, you know, there are suitcases and there are planes, and there are words in there that are very travel related, but I've just made sure that I'm careful about what I use, and then it was working really perfectly for my outdoorsy photos, and the items from the May Fox box and the other May products that are in the Bramble Fox shop. So yeah, it's a great collection. Okay, so I've added those big torn strips at the top, and my word adventure is going to just sit up on there, and it's going to sit nicely on top of the torn edge, and then the word adventure will stand out beautifully against the white. I've just mounted my 4 photos, so 3 of them I mounted in the blue, which is the piece of torn paper that I've got at the top as well, but then I turned one over and used the other side of that paper, which is like a kind of like a reddy, it's like almost like a rusty color. It's not red, it's like a reddy orange. Yeah, a reddy orange, so kind of like a rusty color. And the reason I wanted to bring a bit more of that color in is because I'm planning to use this Let's Go chipboard frame. I find the chipboard frames from Simple Stories are quite big, and sometimes they're difficult to use. So I have to make sure that I incorporate them in other ways rather than just standalone as the frame itself. So you'll see that I've used it completely differently today than what it was intended. So I've just chopped the top off, and then I've got the words Let's Go showing at the bottom of my photos. And then the other side of the frame, the top part of the frame, I've just trimmed down a bit, and I've used it at the bottom of my layout to make a feature. So I've used almost the whole frame. It's a small amount that I didn't use, but almost the whole frame, but I haven't used it as a frame. I've used it as a layer and an embellishment. So, and that's worked really well. I'm super happy with how that's worked. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how things are looking, so I can get things stuck in place now. You'll see that I've been layering up the banners of trying to find different places for those. So in this set of banners, they're the travel related banners. There are some other banners as well, but these ones are the travel ones. I've got them in the Bubblegum and Denim colorways. So they come as a set. So I had 4 in the bubblegum color and 4 in the denim. So obviously today I'm just using the denim, and then on my next layout I'll be using the bubblegum ones. But the denim worked really well with the colors in the Simple Stories Safe Travels collection, so I'm going for that. And then you can see that I'm adding in lots of the trees. So I think a couple are from the Fox box, and then the other ones, which are a slightly lighter shade, they're almost like a grey colour, they are from the Forest set that you can get right now in the shop. So you can see that I'm just kind of working out where I'm going to put all of those trees. I love these trees. They're super cute. And as my photos are woodland photos, obviously they are ideal. So I'm definitely going to get those in somehow. So I'm planning to kind of embellish my photos with them and then maybe have one down the bottom. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how it comes together. Okay, so I really loved the words "let's go" because my boy is always on the go, literally never stays still. So "let's go" is the perfect phrase for him. Yes, I have to run after him most of the time, so that's always interesting. But yeah, so "let's go" is a perfect phrase for him. So I obviously have the "let's go" on the chipboard frame, but then I also had some tags, and one of those said "let's go" too. And I just wanted to get that in, and I quite fancied making a feature down the bottom with some tags as well as that chipboard frame. So I've just gone ahead and stitched around the edges of my 2 tags. They are from a Simple Stories Safe Travels paper that's just called tags. And I love these tag sheets. They've got pattern tags on one side and plainer tags on the other side for journaling. So I've just pulled out one of the patterned ones that says "let's go," and then I've got one behind it which is that same rusty colour that I mentioned earlier, and that is the plainer side. So it has a patterned area at the top, but then at the bottom it's plainer, so it gives me kind of like a white layer behind my patterned "let's go" tag. So I've just stitched around those with my sewing machine, and I have put a piece of ribbon, which is basically the same denim colour as in the Safe Travels collection and of the banners, the perspective banners. And I've then tied that round with some kind of neutral twine. It's really nice. It goes really well with this collection. Kind of, I don't know, rope? It's not rope. It's like string, I suppose. So I've tied that round the piece of ribbon at the top and tied it in a bow. And then I'm just kind of now adding bits and pieces to this layout. I'm picking out the bits from the Safe Travels collection that work for me and work for this layout. So I've pulled out some flowers. I've got some geotags and some more flowers and some hearts. And I'm just kind of working out where everything's going to go. I've got an arrow as well underneath the Explore banner as well. So my banners, they're all travel related, but they're not, if that makes sense. So they can be used for outdoor adventures as well. So these ones say escape, freedom, this way, and explore. And they're all just perfect. And you don't necessarily think of getting on an aeroplane and going on holiday. So they're ideal for my photos that I've got here of some outdoor adventures. Okay, so just adding some little labels to my photos. I've got explore, dream, and discover. So again, all brilliant words. Yeah, I'm just getting those stuck down. I'm actually embellishing over my photos because I've kind of embellished this layout quite a lot, so I've kind of run out of room to add anything else. I could go over it on the left-hand side of the layout, but I want to keep that space open. So I'm embellishing over my photos, which is fine because it doesn't cover up the subject, and I've got some open space in the photos anyway, so that works well. Plus I have 4 photos of pretty much the same thing, so it's definitely okay to add some details over the photos. You'll see that I've got the banner that says freedom on the left photo as well. That's going over the photo too. Right down the bottom, just adding a couple more labels that say go, see, do, and let's go somewhere. So that always, that makes sense completely for these photos as well. Just adding in some sequins from Spiegelmum Scraps, of course. I've got the woodland ones. They're called Into the Woods, and they're awesome, completely awesome for such a layout. So just getting those stuck down. I've also got my trees in place now. So I've got a green one at the top, a green one on the right-hand photo, and I've got the line of kind of silvery grey trees over on the left-hand photos, and then I've got another silvery tree down at the bottom as well. Okay, so I've added on my sequins, and I've also stitched along the lines on the paper, and I've done zigzag stitches on my sewing machine just with white thread, and that just gave a bit of texture to that background, which I thought was really nice. just adding a few splatters of Shimmer's paint, and that is me done. Okay, so that layout is finished now. I hope you have enjoyed it. I really enjoyed how this came together. You know, sometimes, like when I first saw the May products, I was like, oh, not really sure they're my bag. But I have loved creating with them because I had the perfect photos. So thank you so much for joining me. That was Niki Rowland for Bramble Fox.